What's good with my people out there, man? It's your round Pack Boy Dolo checking back in with another episode of the Round the Clock Thinker Show, man. And you already know what I'm gonna say. Shout out to my people, man. I'm sipping that H20 right now. Hope everybody doing well. I wanted to get on here and really chop it up about something that I feel like we all should understand on a deep level. You know, we go through our whole life, for the most part, aiming to be perfect, you know. And it's like, excuse me, it's like chasing a ghost, because there's really no such thing as perfect unless you make it a certain thing. And I'm gonna go into depth on that, right? So let's say it's a young lady that wants to reach her perfect weight, and she's basing perfect off of what she's seeing on Instagram. Right. She's basing perfect off what she's seeing on Facebook. Not knowing that the women that she's comparing herself to, the perfect that she's comparing herself to, is an illusion. It's an illusion, and you're chasing a ghost. And you beat yourself up, right, over something that is merely impossible. Another scenario, let's say it's somebody, man, they always want to be perfect to people. They want to come across perfect to people when they're out and about. They want to have extravagant conversations, perfect. They want to wake up perfect. You know what I'm saying? They want to, be dressed perfect. Everything they want to be perfect, not for themselves. We're gonna get to that in a second. But based on external validation, based on what someone else is thinking or feeling, right? When in reality, once again, it's an illusion. Even when you thought somebody probably liked or appreciated you, they probably didn't. And when you probably thought that somebody did not like and appreciate you in your presence, they probably did. It's subjective. It's an illusion. You're chasing a ghost for the most part. You know what I'm saying? for the most part, you're chasing a ghost. So the key is to turn the focus on you and to accept yourself and give yourself grace for not being perfect, and come to the realization that really in reality no one is perfect. You see what I'm saying? In reality, that's the case. No one is perfect. You feel me? Now, this here, the name of this show is Giving Grace for Not Being Perfect. Make sure you check out the merchandise too, man. Link is in the description. Also check out the audio book. Link is in the description. The PayHip site. Fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel. But look, giving grace for not being perfect. Now, let's go deeper. What if you could deem yourself perfect based off giving grace? So you would say to yourself, look, I accept and love me for exactly how I am. Every moment that you feel inadequate, you would say to yourself, I love and accept me for exactly how I am, who I am. You feel me? And the things that I can work on improving, I'll work on improving. But I'm not going to slap myself across the back of the head for being human, for being an imperfect being that will constantly not only need to improve and put in work, but will constantly, every time you reach something, you're looking for the next fix. There's no such thing as I made it. There's no such thing as, okay, I'm here. You know what I mean? Maybe if you're meeting a friend for dinner, but if we're really talking about life and yourself and becoming perfect, you'll never get there. You never reach it. You constantly improve. You become more confident in improving, and you become more confident in setting many goals and many wins. You become more confident in achieving and accomplishing these things, right? And you become more confident in the process. But overall, there is no such thing as I'm here, I made it, I'm perfect now. You see what I'm saying? So the magic comes in when you give yourself grace. Who else gonna do that for you? Who else is gonna say to you it's okay when you think in your mind that it's not okay, and they don't even know that you're thinking that it's not okay? They don't even know what you're thinking. Who else is going to give you the pat on the back instead of the smack in the back of the head? And that's the transition that you had to make with that inner voice. The inner voice is slapping you across the back of your head instead of giving you a pat on your back. Instead of rubbing you on your back, patting you on your back, patting you on your shoulder, say, hey, look, man, you good. You're good. Keep moving, keep going, man. You're straight. Shit happens. It's 10 times worse somewhere else. Somebody else is in a way worse situation and they're not complaining. So why should you? Give yourself some grace. I accept me exactly for who I am. I accept and love me exactly how I am. I accept and love me for who I am. I accept and love me for where I'm at in my life right now, because I've came a long way. And because I'm in this thing called a life experience. And you have experiences that go bad, some go good. But either way, everybody are having these experiences, and it's going just like this. It's going just like this. The difference is how you react to the experiences. I was talking to a guy the other day, older guy, and for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, he walks his dog at the same park that I go for my runs at. So we met out there one day. I was running and we got to talking, and he was on his way to start trout fishing, and we had a conversation, and he had his dog with him that was very scared at the time. Very scared, any little thing, she was not used to the outside. You feel me? So a year and a half, 2 years later, just the other day, I bump into him again. And man, she's way more calm. So you still can't really go towards her. You know what I'm saying? But she's way more calm. She's way more chill. She's way more reserved. And if you knew how she was when I first met them and I first saw her, when you saw her the other day, you would have been like me. You would have been super surprised. Like, dang, yo, she's came a long way. And he was like, man, you know what? It's been a job. It's been a job. He said, this isn't really necessarily the type of dog that I wanted, but this is what I ended up with. And he said it's taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it taught him that there's no such thing really as a perfect dog. Like when you get a dog, you gotta train the dog to your specification, and you're still gonna have times where you're gonna have to retrain. You're gonna have to remind the dog. You know what I'm saying? There's some well-behaved dogs for sure, but there's still no such thing as a perfect dog. You know what I'm saying? He done had a lot of days where he had to calm her down. You know what I'm saying? From people seeing her, thinking she's cute, want to pet her, they step towards her and reach for her, and it scares her. You know what I'm saying? Over and over again, he had to calm her. Over and over again, over and over again. Being outside like that, other dogs, all of these different things. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's really all about nothing's perfect. And you gotta accept that. You have to be accepting to that. You have to keep moving. Once you can accept that nothing's perfect and everything is usually always a work in progress, man, you straight. Because you'll realize and look around and see the work that's being done everywhere else and the work that's not being done. You feel me? So me and him also went into the conversation about me exercising, and I was like, yeah, man, shit, I've been out here pretty much consistently since you saw me, since we first met. But I was like, man, there's been times where I couldn't stick to it, I just go a day or two, sometimes a week, very rarely, but once maybe 2 weeks. I couldn't get it, like a perfect everyday thing, like I wanted. He said, man, look, that's life. You know what I'm saying? It's peaks and troughs, it's just you You get it how you want to for a little while, but then again, right after that, it kind of slacks off. Then you get it how you want to again, and then it kind of slacks off again. So what's most important is, what are you doing the most? What are you working on? And what are you improving on? And what are you doing the most of? You know what I'm saying? And the most that I was doing mostly, I was getting my runs in, you know? And when I did go a week or 2 weeks without exercising, right, I would be screaming at myself in my mind, beating myself up. You feel me? When in reality, I should give myself grace and understanding to know that, hey man, look, ain't nobody perfect. Shit, hey man, shit. For one, you're not 600 pounds around this motherfucker. Secondly, at least you exercise. So what, you went 2 weeks? Don't beat yourself up. Just go tomorrow and just go out there and just walk. You don't have to go out there and run a 40-yard dash or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just intensely run. You can just get outside and move your body. You don't have to necessarily run intensely. And then once I get out there, start walking, then hey, if I want to jog, I could jog. But the key is that I got out there and I didn't stay kicking myself in the ass in my mind about not being out there. You know what I'm saying? So once again, man, give yourself some grace for not being perfect, man. Parents, hey, look, listen, man. We all a work in progress, man. Parent, brothers, sisters, whatever you are, to your friends, whatever you are, and wherever you're at in your life, you're a work in progress. Stop trying to be perfect. It's okay to learn. That's a part of life, to learn. If everybody was perfect already, this shit would be boring, because no one would have no stories to tell anybody. Everything is just always be perfect, and I did it the right way. I did it perfectly. And that's not interesting. I find it more interesting, and everybody else find it more interesting, I'm sure, when it's a shitty story. When it was a shit show and then you fixed it. That's more intriguing. It was a shit show first, but then you fixed it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of shit was already and always kumbaya. You know? Like, the shit show is the good part. You feel me? In the thick of things. When shit's like, you know, when it's all going bad, how did you bounce back from that? That's more human. That's more relatable. You see what I'm saying? And somebody can actually learn from that. Nobody can learn from shit just being all perfect. That's why when you're gonna ask somebody older for advice, they'll give you a story about some shit that they went through similar to it, where they was on the shit end of things and how they figured it out. And within that story, you have to extract the lesson, because it gives you a lot. It gives you their mentality. It gives you, it gives you a lot of information that you could process and use. It's for advice instead of just a quick answer. You feel me? So, yeah, we're right at 19 minutes, about to be at 20 minutes, man. I just wanted to get on here and talk about that, man. Give yourself some grace. Hey, look, give yourself some grace, man. Listen, you're not fucking perfect. You're not gonna ever be perfect. Every day is a work in progress. You feel me? Every day is a work in progress. Sometimes you're gonna get knocked back 2-3 steps before you get back into the proper rhythm. That's just the dance of life. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like salsa. You know, it's the dance of life. And if you find the rhythm, and you know how to take those 2 steps back, and you know how to take those 3 steps back and not let it break you, but let it make you, tap in, and then you be like, okay, boom, yeah, I just got knocked back 2 steps. Now what's the next play to get back on the rhythm of things, back on track, back into the flow, the dance, because it's a dance. You know what I'm saying? It's a dance. It's rhythm, flow. You know what I mean? So being all hard and shit on yourself, lay off that, bro. Lay off it. Just lay off that. You know what I'm saying? Lay off it. Give yourself some grace. And the more love and compassion you give yourself, that'll give you the fuel to quit them cigarettes. For the ones that trying to quit the cigarettes, that'll give you the fuel to quit drinking yourself to sleep and shit, because those are signs stemming from self-hatred. Is stemming from something that you don't like about yourself. It's the reason why you do it. And then guess what? If somebody say, I smoke cigarettes, okay, well, I want to quit, but I still smoke cigarettes, that means you hate yourself. That means you don't like yourself because you still smoke cigarettes. And you want to quit, but you still smoke the motherfuckers instead of just quitting. See, when you quit, then you working with something, then you love yourself, and then you can give yourself grace in that period too, and be like, okay, man, look, we had that habit, we got rid of it, great fucking job, man, great job. Let's keep building on that. Let's look into some some more healthy foods, healthy habits to replace that habit with. You feel me? I mean, I could talk all day about giving yourself grace. You're not perfect. You'll never be perfect. You're unique. You're you. And that's all you need to, that's the only thing you need to focus on, being you. Because you're unique. Nobody else has your thumbprint. Nobody in the world, on Earth, on planet Earth, has your thumbprint. Not even an alien has your thumbprint. Okay? Not even AI has your thumbprint. It's on you. It's your identity. You're very unique. There's no one like you. And you will always be a work in progress. You'll never be perfect, and that's okay, because it's normal. It's completely normal. It's human. Don't let the mind trick you into thinking that you need to be fucking perfect. You just need to be gentle and graceful and have some balance. But you will learn how to balance once you learn how to be more graceful first. First, you gotta learn how to be more graceful, because right now, it's all fucking hate and slapping yourself upside the back of the head instead of patting yourself on the back. It's inner voice, you know what I'm saying? So once you retrain the inner voice to be more graceful and more easy on you, then you can put some balance in there and have some push along with the grace. But man, this your Ron Pack with Dolo. Check it out, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. We're growing on here. I appreciate all the support, all the subscribers, man. The likes everywhere, wherever you are, man. I appreciate you. I hope you're benefiting tremendously from this information. It's the only reason I do it, because I want to be of service to the people, man, because I'll say some shit and then it'll click for somebody and just change their whole shit. That's how I ended up changing. I heard somebody say something. Every time I hear somebody else say something, and something just clicked for me. Like, oh shit, okay, I get that. I know what they mean. Aha, I have this aha moment, But yeah, man, it's your Ron Pack. Check it out. Peace.